up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Never Miss Mondays podcast. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Matthew.
We've got Draco literally right here joining us, all ready for the podcast. I swear when we set this equipment up, they just come running.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are ready to go. But last episode, we talked a lot about our journey of athletics and college athletics and how we got into the fitness journey that we have today. And so that occurred. I mean, we left college in. I left college in 2020. But I mean, yeah, I guess so. You left college in 2018.
2019.
I
right
left
before COVID.
Yeah, 2019. I left in middle of 2020. And so it's been 5 years for me and about 7 years
For me.
for you of being in the health and fitness space. And obviously things have looked different from then to now. We've learned a lot. We've done a lot. We've seen a lot. But we're talking today about having longevity in the space. You know, you see all the time, like, people doing, like, 75 hard, or you see them doing, like, 2-week challenges or 4-week challenges. Or, you know, a lot of my clients come to me. They're like, I stick to something for, like, 3 months and then I fall off. So how in the world have I been doing this for 5 years and you for like 7? That's what we're going to talk about today is
Boom,
baby. Okay, so boom. How have we done this for this long of a time? So really wanted to, you know, we talked about how we started our fitness journey last episode, but I'm talking today about, you know, what even our goals like in the fitness space and what we want to achieve. And because we're not just people who, you know, we go work out, but we're kind of serious with it. We're a little bit more serious than majority of the group. And just talk about the goals that we have in fitness. So you're going to make me go first, aren't you?
I sure am. Yep.
I don't want to say it.
Do it.
I don't want to say it.
P-R-O.
I'm still like living in identity crisis and imposter syndrome very heavily, especially at the point that I am in bodybuilding. But I do intend to hopefully go pro. I need to stop saying like hopefully go pro. Like I intend to go pro at some point in my career, in my bodybuilding career. And he's being insane. I intend to go pro in my bodybuilding career. I started bodybuilding just wanting another challenge, and I had no idea if it was something I would even like. He's like, give me my solo shot. I had no idea if I would even like it. And so then I did my first comp. Had a not so great experience getting out of my first competition. I had a great first competition. I was super pleased in the moment with like how I did and like the physique that I brought. But now that I know like myself and I know what I'm capable of, and I saw, you know, that I know I could push myself so much farther. So I'm ready to beat the hell out of that. But then I switched coaches and I found my love for bodybuilding back. And more than ever and more serious with it, and actually realized this is something I want to do long term. And I was having a conversation with my now coach, and she was like, you know, we were talking about like next steps with bodybuilding. She was like, you know, well, what is your goal? And I kept working out, and I was like, man, like I want to be at the top of the top. Like I want to be freaking good at this. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to say it. And she was like, I know what you're talking about. So I want to go pro. I want to get my IFBB pro card. I want to compete in the NPC for an IFBB pro card. And yeah, we're coming up on starting my second comp season in the next couple months, sooner rather than later, sooner than I thought it was coming, but it's coming very fast. But yeah, I that's my biggest goal in the fitness space is to go pro, but to also have a preface on my health and do bodybuilding in a healthy way, to be able to have longevity in it. So that's my goal. Your turn.
Not even close to you. I just want to look and feel healthy.
Yeah.
I just get to my ideal, how I want to make myself look how my dream look is, and
Yeah.
then maintain it.
Yeah.
That's not anything crazy.
Yeah.
A realistic goal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm more lifestyle based. You are more bikini stage.
Yeah. I mean, it's very different talking, I mean, between just the both of us, even about goals, just because we live
Completely different.
two very completely different lifestyles.
But we're both serious.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to go serious.
And I mean, you live like a somewhat bodybuilding style
Yeah.
lifestyle. So,
which I like.
Yeah.
And you still gotta be serious, even
Right.
if you're doing bodybuilding or just like lifestyle maintaining.
Right.
Like, I still track my food, and I'm mindful of what I put in my body, and we actually work out.
We actually train.
Yes, we
don't
train.
Work out. Yeah.
We don't just work out and go through the motion.
Yeah, exactly. Big difference there in training and working out. So, yeah, those are really our goals. I mean, you're in like your wedding prep phase. We get married in like a year and a couple months. So we're gearing up for the wedding, and I've kind of timed my comp season to perfectly kind of align somewhat with the wedding and keeping that in mind, obviously, because we'll be living in an all-inclusive resort for like 2 weeks.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
I am gonna be a piece of salmon and avocado and tequila.
I will be strictly tequila. I might have a little bit of.
Oh no, I'll be a lot of guac. I ate a lot of guac last time we were in Mexico.
I might be a little bit of. I don't even know. Yeah, no.
You'll be the smoothie and tequila.
My breakfast smoothie
with tequila.
With tequila.
A hot dog in there maybe once or twice.
Maybe. A little bit of chips and queso. You can have the guac.
Oh, that is so funny. But yeah, we've got the wedding coming up, so both of us obviously kind of have that as a goal in our mind to look and feel our best for our wedding and spending time in Mexico, so that's exciting. But yeah, that is the goal. So obviously, you know, for us, we've done it for years now already. We're years and years and years into the game. But will I be competing for my whole life? No. But will we always both be focusing on health for our whole life? Yes. 100%. So, talking about longevity in bodybuilding and fitness, for bodybuilding, there's longevity in when you're doing the sport. But then, there comes a time when you're not going to compete anymore. So you're just really focusing on longevity and, still your physique, if that's something you want to focus on, and your health and whatnot. But, it's not going to be forever, but you can make it easier to do it longer term without making it as hard on yourself. Like you can, this is something my coach and I talk about, she's like, when I first did bodybuilding, she didn't know how long she was going to do it. And, you have to take steps in whether it be your prep or your off season or whatever that looks like in order for it to be an enjoyable thing for you to make you be able to do it for a long time. So
I agree.
I mean, for bodybuilding, you have to do that. But then again, in lifestyle, you have to do the same thing. It's just a little bit different. So how would you say, like, for longevity in, we've been tracking our food for, I've been tracking my food for 5 years. You've been tracking yours for around?
Maybe a total of, like, 2.5 to 3.
Yeah.
Because I track for a little bit, and then I stop.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, I don't stop tracking.
Yeah.
I stop weighing my food out.
Yeah.
So I'm mindful. I know what I'm rough.
You know your serving sizes too.
Exactly.
Yeah. What would you say? Would you say like that's a big thing that
like,
gives you longevity and
yeah, like a big step back. Like you don't have to bring out the food scale, weigh it all, and I didn't meal prep at the time.
Yeah.
I just knew. Okay, I need this much. I have a good idea what I need need to eat for lunch.
Yeah.
Based by what I had for breakfast. All right, I know what I had for breakfast and lunch. I know what I need to eat for dinner plus a snack or if I wanted something.
Yeah.
But even if I like didn't need it and I wanted it at the time, like I would allow myself
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I think for you being majority lifestyle based, you know, you took the time and rigidly, strictly tracked for about 9-10 months, I think it was.
Probably it was almost a full year.
Yeah, almost a full year. And, you know, you lost like 25 pounds and king
all
shit.
in the reverse. I didn't even go through a cut.
Yep, all in the reverse diet, baby. Coached by me. My very first
Sure.
client. But yeah, you lost like 25 pounds. And one, I think just gained way more knowledge around nutrition in a whole. Just, you know, how you felt when you put certain food into your body, and then you not knowing you could eat so much and lose weight and maintain your body. So I think that was big. Was, you know, it's always out there. You eat less, you weigh less, right?
It's stupid.
Right, exactly. So
it's the dumbest thing ever.
yeah. So you learned a lot about nutrition there to where now you're able to take this step back and say, I know what 4 ounces of chicken looks like. I know that I didn't have as high a protein breakfast, so I need to squeeze some extra protein in, maybe in a snack. And you can kind of keep that mental tally, you know, in your brain of what maybe you had for that day. So without.
Yeah. Like, I don't put it in my phone to track always. I know, like, yeah, I can keep track of it in my head.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, I'm a creature of habit. So whatever, like, I do eat. Like,
you're eating that shit for weeks.
Like, whatever I have for breakfast, whatever I have for lunch and dinner, I don't like switching it up, and I don't care to switch it up, so I'll eat the exact same thing.
Yeah.
For the damn near at the same time every single day, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So, like, I know what it is. I don't need to put it in my phone. It's the same thing I did yesterday. Same thing I did the day before. The only time, like, once I start tracking again, I'll track it. And the only time it changes and I, like, will probably have to do it up is if my macros change.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, you know, just like how you talked about, you know what you're putting in, and you've had the same foods for weeks at a time. And so you know, you've tracked these things. You know what your food needs. Do you have something to say? What are the macros on your kibble? You are on one today. What do you have to say? Give the people a sniff. Anyways, okay. That's enough. Your breath. You still have like rank puppy breath. So
it's horrible.
You're disgusting. But yeah, just really knowing what you need. He is really fine. He just wants his dad, I guess. I'll let him sit over there for now. But I think that's the biggest thing, and that's something too, even like I teach my clients is, you know, tracking doesn't have to be a forever thing. If you're lifestyle based, you don't have to track forever if you don't want to. Like that's the reality of it. But the reality is that you will not get the amount of nutrition knowledge. I stand by tracking for a period of at least 6 months. And I'm not saying tracking every day and never doing things that you like. That's not what I'm saying. Don't come for me. I will fight you on this.
No, I still, when I first did
Tracking
it.
for 6 months will teach you so much more about your body and nutrition than anything else. Getting a coach, manipulating your macros, learning serving sizes, learning what food looks like, because I've seen a sweet potato like I bought, and I've seen a sweet potato like the one you bought a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah.
It was like could feed a whole colony.
I bought a sweet potato probably the size of a football. I bought
the size of that dog.
Yeah, I got 5 of them.
Yeah, I said get 5 sweet potatoes. My version of a medium sweet potato and your version of a medium sweet potato is very different. So when you go into MyFitnessPal and you put in one medium sweet potato.
Also, I knew those weren't mediums.
But like a banana, for example, all those bananas on the counter look exactly the same.
Oh yeah, and before I used to track one of those
as just one banana.
As one banana.
But the difference could be 30 to 40 grams, which is an additional, 10 carb, or peanut butter. 2 tablespoons is the serving size. I could eat 8 tablespoons.
Oh yeah, I used to, before I realized that, if I put peanut butter on anything, it was like 10 tablespoons a slice.
Right. And you're just tracking what you want to track. Like, if you pick the bigger apple, I know you're not putting in that it's a bigger apple.
No.
Like, you
truly weigh everything out.
It gives you so much of an idea. So that way, when you do come away from tracking, you know what that looks like. Mm-hmm. You and I hate to call it a game because it's like, what the fuck? But we play this game all the time. You and I can nail down eyeball serving sizes.
Oh, give me a full salmon. You say, how many ounces you want? I got it. And I'll only be off by like point like 2 or 3 up or down. Like, I got it.
We are gold. And like the other thing too is like we can go to the grocery store and you'll be like, guess the macros in this.
Oh yeah.
And I am money. I am money on guessing macros on stuff. And that is because we are so educated.
You learn what's in food.
Yes. And you learn what makes you feel good. Mm-hmm. You learn how you feel on different amounts. You're able to increase your metabolism, your maintenance calories, so that way you can lose body fat at higher calories. Like, tracking your food for a substantial amount of time for you taught you everything you know. And I like that we kind of have 2 different points on this, because you get to pull away from tracking and get to say, I know what I need. We made meal plans weeks ago and you haven't opened MyFitnessPal since, and you don't need to.
Nope.
We're able to switch. Okay, we're having pasta instead of rice. Like, carbs, switch it out. And for you, that's okay. And so I think that that's a pretty cool thing. I think that taught you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, still even, I agree. Taught me, like, when I, like, first started tracking, okay, I did nothing but a reverse, because I was under eating like a mother. Mm-hmm. And lost over 25 pounds of strictly body fat, and then like gained quite a bit of muscle mass. And then, but even then, like I didn't track every single day. Mm-hmm. I still let myself, if I knew we were going home, it was during the summer, so I knew we were going home. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll tracking Friday, sure, but Saturday I let myself have it. Like, hang out by the pool, drink, hang out with family. Yeah. I didn't let that. Yeah. Just, I knew the next day I hopped back on it and act like nothing changed, and my body loved it.
Exactly.
Because
one, you were sticking. That was what, one weekend a month, maybe.
If that.
Exactly. And, that's the thing, too, is everybody's like, oh, my gosh, tracking's restrictive. Mm-mm. No, it's not.
It's balance, baby.
This is where, like, it's sad that this is a hot take, but this is where my hot takes and where I misalign with, people on the internet or what people have to say. Tracking your food is not restrictive. It is data. One, you can develop a relationship that is unhealthy with it. It can come something. However, tracking food in itself is not restrictive. And you can do it in a guided way that is not restrictive of anything. However, if you have a goal that you want, I guarantee whatever goal it is, it will require sacrifice. And I'm not going to get on this tangent right now. Don't let me forget about this tangent, because this comes in later. But like how you said, the one day you were able to go and do your thing, and we'd get breakfast sandwiches for breakfast, and we'd have some seltzers or whatever that may be, and just not worry about things. But the thing is during that time, you still weren't, shoving your face with food, being like, this is my
Oh, no.
one day I can eat
No,
everything.
exactly.
It was just, I don't have to open my fitness pal. I don't have my scale. I
Mhm.
can eat foods I normally don't do. And then, boom, we go right back on plan. Yeah.
Yep.
And like we said, it wasn't a all the time thing.
No. It's just, yeah, that's it was at most once a month.
Right.
It may be like,
But I mean, we typically took
yeah.
Saturdays untracked.
exactly, take it untracked. Still, untracked does not mean you're not mindful.
Right. Correct.
There's a big difference.
Correct.
Like, okay, there was times where we didn't go home, but we took Saturdays untracked. So what did we do? Ate like we did on a track day.
But then we would go out and
But,
get
like,
dinner.
Okay, we went to the movies. We got a Coke and popcorn.
Right.
We didn't track it. Oh, you know what?
Let's
we
make
don't
a cookie.
we don't have enough for dinner because we shop. We're gonna go to the store tomorrow. Let's go get Chipotle.
Right.
Have a nice burrito. Who cares?
Right. Exactly.
Oh, we made cookies. Cool. But
Right.
we didn't make the whole tray of cookies.
Right.
No, we made like 2 each.
Right. Yeah. That's the big difference is intuitive day or untracked day. I call them those. We don't call them cheat days. Is a day where one, you should be, testing your nutrition habits. If you're tracking, sometimes it can get monotonous, like you're just eating what it tells you to. It's where you can honor your hunger cues. You can have a more fun meal, things like that. But it's not like, oh my gosh, let me eat just lettuce and ground beef Monday through Friday, and then Sunday, and then Saturday just go bonkers.
Exactly.
Right? That's the difference. It's like, for us, it was maybe, I'm going to not weigh my coffee creamer, or maybe I'll actually go get like a fun coffee, or we would go get dinner, like you said, which was usually either Chipotle or tacos or a chicken sandwich or something. Like,
It used to be Olive Garden.
oh
All you
my
can eat
God.
soup, salad, and breadsticks.
For $10?
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. And I think that relationship of like one, because then there was no guilt or anything associated with that. And it felt so balanced as, yes, we're having different foods, but this isn't just like, oh, I'm only having this because today's my only day, or
Exactly.
I can never have this again. Like, that's the big thing too. And I think a big thing for you too, and for me, whenever I was lifestyle based, was we were macro tracking, but we weren't just tracking chicken, Brussels sprouts, green beans, protein shakes. Like, we added in like fun stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
this is another take of mine. Goodness gracious, I'm exposing myself on the internet today. This is not gonna go well. But I don't believe that if it fits your macros. Now, when I say that, let me explain again. Give me like 2 minutes to talk about it, okay? I don't like the if it fits your macros approach fully, because that is, if you are tracking 2,100 calories with whatever macros of McDonald's, Wendy's,
Oh, yes.
Arby's, frozen meals, 3 protein shakes a day, as opposed to 2,100 calories of maybe like oats, omelets, potatoes, rice, chicken, beef, salmon, shrimp, fruits, vegetables, and then like a cookie or a cheeseburger every once in a while, or more fun foods, maybe. Trying to think of stuff that I do, like my Ninja Creamies. I put like a Reese cup in there, like those kinds of things. If you will feel completely different
Yep.
on those two approaches, as well as your body will digest it differently. 2, the nutrients you're absorbing are completely different. Yes, the calories are the same, the macros are the same. However,
Almost to a degree, because
you're fine. Go.
Like, once you realize, like, you weigh everything out, You really think if you're someone weighing out or tracking McDonald's, every patty's the exact same, just like frozen meals.
Yeah.
Like, just 'cause it says there is this amount
And like
in
the
it,
fries especially.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, until we learn to track, like,
And guess what? Your Chick-fil-A sauce has like 150 calories
oh,
in it a
Chick-fil-A
piece.
sauce is so good, but it's awful.
I know.
Like, if you are tracking that, that's like almost a
And that's why tracking is so helpful,
Yes.
because you don't think about that. Like,
no. Like, I didn't think.
ketchup has like 70 or 80.
Like, I didn't realize.
In my mind, before tracking, I thought all calories were zero calories.
Oh, that's what I literally thought. Like,
Delusion.
ketchup, like, there's nothing in it.
Delusion.
Now hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
We're good in hot sauce.
Cholula, if you're
Cholula,
listening,
there's zero.
you are my guy. But yeah, you will feel completely different. Your body will digest it completely differently. You will have completely different results. Your physique will look differently. You'll feel less inflamed. Like, that is so. I think you can achieve longevity by including, I call them more fun foods, nutritious foods, comfort foods. Not good foods, not bad foods, whatever. I don't like to use those terms, but including those things, like, and I base it off of like what I'm currently like craving. Like, sometimes it was a cheese stick, sometimes it was peanut butter, sometimes it was a Reese cup in my Ninja Creamy, sometimes it was like an English muffin with jelly on it for a pre-workout. Like, whatever that is, include it in your day so it doesn't feel like, oh my god, I'm eating all these things that I hate and whatever. But don't try to fit all of these non-nutritious foods into your macros and expect, the same thing. And it's also then, what are you learning about your nutrition habits at that standpoint? So I think it can be a good approach to add in those more fun foods, the foods you don't typically have as often into there. Like, we all know I love Oreos on my Ninja Creamy. Ninja Creamy is probably the greatest example I can use for my
Ninja Creamers are amazing.
Exactly.
You're literally eating ice cream.
Yeah, but that's like the biggest part of my day, where I typically add in like the fun stuff. And or like my yogurt bowls, I used to put chocolate chips on them, or whatever that may be. So I say like add in the fun foods, but then like we needed to touch on the don't be going crazy with it and doing the if it fits your macros.
But it's still important to track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's so many people I see who, like, they're going hard in the gym, which is good, but then they're not fueling their body.
Yeah.
And because they're stuck in the same mindset I was. I think we both were at first. We were going hard in the gym, but, well, I'm not eating much, so I should lose weight.
Right.
No. Yep, so.
Yeah.
I love tracking.
Yeah,
Or, like, I love that I did track.
Yeah.
Now, like.
I mean, you have that all. It's 6 months of your life. For the rest of your life to know everything that you could about nutrition. 6
And,
months.
like,
get with a coach.
Like,
learn nutrition. Track your food.
And
That's 6 months to a year. And after 6 months, if you're like, dude, I feel so fucking good on this, keep doing it. Like, but I'm just saying, at bare minimum, try it for 6 months. See how it feels. But will change your life.
Yep.
100%. I think, so yeah, I think those are a lot of your tips on there. I think on the bodybuilding standpoint of things, it's way
That's different. It's completely different.
Yeah, I think it's, it's way more unbalanced than it is. But this is where I'm going to get into my tangent.
Yeah.
My balance tangent. This one, I will not waver at any point in my life on this. My feet are planted. I'm not moving.
Ooh.
Balance means balance, yes. However, everybody likes to say that word as an excuse. And I did it too. That's the thing. I did it too. Before I ever tracked my food, I said, I don't want to track my food. I need balance. What do you need balance from? You're living your life in You're doing whatever you want to do all the time. What are you not having balance with?
Do
Like,
you know what balance means?
do you even know what that means, girl? Like, Olivia, do you even know what balance means at this point? No. Look it up in the dictionary. It means times of sacrifice and times of not. Where was your sacrifice? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So, and balance means completely different things. And you need to learn what the true definition of balance is. And balance should come in waves. It should come in seasons. For you, it comes a little bit more sporadically. But for a bodybuilder, yours comes in seasons. And not even just for a bodybuilder. If you are someone who has a lifestyle approach, yours still comes in seasons.
I agree.
Where you can have more balance. Now, balance does not mean Monday through Thursday, you are to your shit. You're only eating lettuce and ground beef. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you go on a bender and you get blackout drunk and you have White Castle for your meal and Popeyes every single day. And then you do it all over again. In what world is that balanced? Not mine.
No, it's not.
Not Earth.
Nope.
And I did that. You know, I always took, as a beginner client in my fitness journey, I was always like, oh, I need balance. I need the weekends on track. Why? Why? We never did anything. Why did I not need to do that? I wasn't getting anything from that. And I regret it. I could have had so many more results now if I hadn't done that for like 5-6 months.
I remember, we used to, like, all right, we would track, but then not Friday night, Saturday, and all day Sunday. Definitely, we used to take every Sunday because our excuse was,
we're out grocery shopping.
It's our grocery shopping day. We don't need to track.
It's so much easier than you think it is to track on the weekends. I'm telling you.
It's easy.
It's so much easier. So I think that's the thing that you have to get nailed down is balance probably does not mean what you think it does. And if you truly want physique results in your life, if you just want physique results, like if you say, I want to lose 25 pounds, or a client comes to me and they want to lose, whatever, or even if a client wants to come to me and they want to gain muscle, whatever it may be, or if you're a bodybuilder and you want to go through a prep, you have to sacrifice. Like, you have to sacrifice something to some point, and that does not mean you are restrictive. I, in no way, shape, or form, have lived a restrictive lifestyle. Some people can call prep restrictive. It is in a definition sense. I'm restricting certain things, but in a mental mindset, like how people talk on the internet about being restricted, I didn't feel that way.
Yeah. And also everyone's like, what you restrict and what that is different to every person.
Correct.
So definitely you already someone who, like, you don't.
I'm used to this lifestyle.
Yeah, but like even before then, like you didn't drink.
Right.
So when you would go out, or
that didn't bother me.
A water instead of vodka.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you have to have the seasons of sacrifice and balance. And by that I mean I had to live in the season of sacrifice for prep. But now in my off season, I'm able to have more balance. Now, what balance looks like for me is 1 day a week. 1 day. And that 1 day I don't even take all the time. But I had to, and that's just in my off season. Like, that's my balance in my off season. My balance in prep isn't food related. My balance in prep is putting my dinner on a real plate instead of a paper plate. Like,
that is so true.
My balance is us eating dinner at the table and like having like a date night at home as opposed to just like scarfing the meal down. And so put your balance in the form of things not food related as well. Don't put the emotion behind the food. And, from a bodybuilding perspective, that's so important. Callie, of course, getting her glamour shot in.
Her backside.
But you have to have the seasons of sacrifice. Even before I was a bodybuilder, when I was going through a deficit or a fat loss phase, I had to give sacrifice to some things and say, no, I can't go out to dinner 3 times a week. But that doesn't mean I'm restricting and I'm pulling off and I'm being disordered and things like that because I'm choosing to not go out for dinner and drinks 3 times a week because I want to lose body fat and finally feel fucking comfortable in my skin. You have to make that sacrifice. Yeah. But the 1 day a week or one day and one meal a week, we went out together and we decided to do that. That's balance enough.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my tangent.
Yep. And just like also understanding like it's okay
to say no.
like to say no, but also yeah, sure, I'll go out with you or go out to dinner with you. Doesn't mean you're
That part.
You go out to like all right, we'll go to my family's or
Yeah.
even you did it when we would go to yours. Yeah, we can go out to eat. I mean, you're not going to eat.
Yeah.
You'll bring your food or like you just won't eat. But like you don't let that stop you from
being social,
still having a good time. And no one's going to give you shit for it if they actually know what you're doing and care about your goals.
Oh my gosh, you are so smart. I literally want to talk about that topic.
If you're going to go out and you are tracking
Yeah.
or whatever and you have a best friend that
Yeah.
starts giving you shit because you're not doing this or that. Oh, it's just one night. They're not a good friend. Find a new one.
Losers. You are 100% right.
Definitely when you are currently chasing a goal.
Yeah.
You working toward like now it's different to a degree like where I'm at right now.
Right.
Like my best friend knows I'm not like tracking religiously and I'm just being mindful and just I'm living my life right now.
They still ask.
They'll still ask and okay, cool, they know they might if I say no, they might give me shit. That's okay.
Yeah.
But now if they know I got the next 6 months I'm locking in.
Yeah.
They're not going to ask.
Yeah. I think a lot of that too, you're 100% right, and I completely didn't even think about that. But I think a lot of that comes down to having longevity in your goals, comes down to communicating in your circle.
Mm-hmm.
Communicating to your friends, to your family, that's something I waited way too long to do. With my family, I'd get so upset that I couldn't stay on track on the weekends, but I was so embarrassed to tell them, like, hey, I'm tracking my food now, and, like, I'm trying to do this stuff. But then once I did, things became so much easier. And
now they help.
Yeah.
Like, every time we go home.
No, stop. I need to give a shout out.
My mama will text me and be like,
I need to give a shout out.
What do you need? What's tracking? And if we're not tracking or you're having, like, a free weekend, I'll say, oh, nothing. And it's like, then there's excitement in them and the people you're going to go see knowing, like, oh, like, it's a true, like, not, even if you're trying, it's still fun, but, like, it's more of a...
It's also, like, I think that I hate it sometimes, so, like, they feel a little bit more free, but no, like, that comes down to communicating in your circle. Yes. That makes things so much easier to do, because when you can come into an environment that is there to fully support you and knows what you're doing and knows your goals, that makes things so much easier. Every single time, like clockwork. Like, I got the receipts to prove this. Every single time, like clockwork, when your mother finds out we're coming home, Denise texts me and she says, I'm in our group chat of us three. Yep. She texts me. She says, what do you need from the store? I'm going on Thursday. This woman, without failure, will get everything that I need, down to the brand, like, whatever I need. As soon as this, like, if I have 0 fans, I don't know where Denise is. Like, she is my girl. And so being able to have that support system and me come home knowing that that's there, I bring in my cooler. Even, like, when I'm not on prep, like, I bring my food home, and it's no question. It's, oh, you can put that here, like, put that there. She bought a food scale, like, all these kinds of things. And then when I was on prep for New Year's, when we went to your sister's house, Danielle, her and her husband, Phil, they were making chicken.
Oh, yeah, they made you. Like, just for you. Like, it wasn't anyone else. It was, like, strictly, it was nothing on it.
I know.
Some
plain ass chicken. And because they were hosting for New Year's, and they were making food for everybody else, and they were like, we don't want you to just have to, bring your own food if you can feel, give me that sense of normalcy. And so they literally made and weighed out my chicken for me and my green beans, and I sat there and I had chicken and green beans, and I don't get questioned when I go there. And like when I go home, if I'm like they'll be like, hey, like are you eating with us today?
Yeah,
and if
like,
I say no,
they'll give you.
they're like, okay, cool, got it.
starts
The
off
microwave's
with,
right there.
Yep, it starts out with the quick, pretty much almost like, so what are you doing this weekend?
Right.
Are you like, is our 3 meal everything, like you tracking
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. And then your parents, my parents, like they still might occasionally, would
Do
you
you
like
want
something?
some? Yeah.
Would you like some? It's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
And my
but,
parents
like,
are
no one's
exactly
gonna,
the same.
Yeah, no one. There's not anyone's like, well, why are you doing that?
Exactly. And like I go home and like my mom is like, so like what days are you going to the gym? And like my mom, she came with me when I was on prep, and I was doing like 50 minutes on the stairs at the time, and she did half with me. And like when I come home, they always text me what I need from the store, or we go to the store together, and like we all go on walks together when I'm home to like get my steps in, and they have a treadmill there. And like that, I think, is one of the biggest things. Like, you can do all this stuff with your food, you can do all this stuff with your routine, but like having your support system around you, knowing that, because then I can fulfill my social life. Like, I don't have to feel like I have to pull away when I'm in prep. I don't feel like I have to pull away when I'm in a deficit from my people and my social settings. Like, I'm starting prep. I'll be in prep, obviously, during the summer. I'm not talking about when I'm starting prep this year, just to keep it a little bit more to myself. And I haven't talked about when I'm competing, but I will be on prep like during part of the summer. And I have got so many travel things coming up, but I know in every single thing that I do, like my sister's getting married. I've got my sister's bachelorette party. I've got another friend that's getting married. Like I've got like a couple other trips in there, and every single person that I am doing those things with this summer while I'm on prep, which is 100% strict to the plan, it's going to be a lot on me. I know none of them are going to be like shitty with me about it.
Yeah.
I have support everywhere I need. These people are going to help me get through this. Like, they're all there. And so that, I think, gives so much longevity in lifestyle or bodybuilding, is your circle.
Yep.
And
need to find a good set of friends.
Yep.
And if they give you shit, they're not good friends.
No.
Like we couldn't have done this in college.
No.
But like the friends we got now, like
they all get it.
They get it. Our family.
And they may not get bodybuilding. They may not get why I do it. Like, a lot of people don't understand why I do what I do. And like your family, for example, they're still very new, and my family too. Like, both of our families are very new, understanding what bodybuilding is and what it entails, and like, but they ask from places of care and curiosity rather than judgment. But so they don't know, like, to the full extent, like, why I'm doing what I'm doing or what I'm doing. But all they care about is, how can we help? What do you need from us? What are you doing?
Yep.
Are you okay?
Yep. And are you still having a good time?
Right.
Like, if you feel left out or something,
right.
Well, it looks like we're not doing this anymore.
Right. Exactly. And like, I mean, it got to the point where I can't remember what weekend it was I came home, but I know I was on prep and it was at your house, and someone was giving me shit for not tracking or not being involved. I literally can't remember. And I remember it was your mom and your sister, and they were like, she's fine. She's sitting there enjoying herself. She's on prep. She doesn't need to be doing this right now. I didn't even have to say a word. I said, that's when I knew. I was like, oh my God, this makes things so much easier. Like, having these people know, and it's not even that they know everything, like, nitpicky about why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's just they care.
Yep.
And they're invested. And they're like, we don't know why all this girl does is eat chicken and green beans and run on the Stairmaster and put on a sparkly bikini, but we're not going to let anybody talk shit to her.
Yeah, literally. Yep.
And so I think, your circle really does give you everything that you need. So, do you feel like you have any other things that have given you? I mean, I think us two as partners, I think.
Yep. And finding a schedule, but yeah, finding someone that's like the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, like, even if we weren't together,
Right.
and like anyone, like they don't have, you don't
It doesn't have to be the same.
exactly
Like, you don't bodybuild,
exactly.
but we
But,
still
like,
have the mutual respect of
Mhm.
each other, and he's so bad. Just like the general understanding of health, and so I
Mhm.
think that's, we've been,
And
lucky enough where it's been easy
yeah.
for us as a couple, but there are some times where we
Mhm.
have to have conversations, say, hey, this is now what my fitness routine looks like for me.
And if you don't have that's what I'm saying. Like, and like
Mhm.
those who don't have a partner, find some. Like, you can find a good friend. And if you already have a good friend, if you talk to them, more often than not,
Mhm.
they're gonna be on your side.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
can't do
know
it alone.
exactly. Like, I know if I didn't have you, I can reach out to my best friend from home
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." Blah, so on, so on. Oh, cool. All right.
I'll
Bet.
support you.
Yep. What do you need?
Yeah.
And more often than not, like, I think all of our friends are the same. They're gonna probably adapt their life on their own whim, and we're
Yeah.
probably the same. Like, to whatever that helps and be with them so they're not alone. And
Exactly.
next thing you know, they're making their life better.
Exactly.
It's just like a chain reaction.
It's literally a ripple effect. Like,
Yeah.
ever since,
Like, literally, when we first started, when you started, we got those questions from our family. Now, like, we get snaps from my mom. She's weighing out her food.
getting her walking pad.
Yeah, she got a walking pad. Like
My
my-
mom doing
yeah,
exercises
your
and
mom-
paying attention to her food
exactly.
and all that
She
kind of
does all
stuff.
that.
And just
My-
like asking questions and learning about
I think
all
my
these things.
brother-in-law and sister,
Mhm.
less than not just the keto diet.
Yeah.
They're more. They know. They know more. They actually weigh their stuff. They meal prep.
Yeah.
I think having kids helped that one too.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
I think it more often than not
It's
Oh,
rippled into
yes.
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they understand. Oh,
And it's because we've done it sustainably, and
Mhm.
results have come from that. And I think people see that, and it's not, something we're miserable on. So I think it's very important to, health is health. Some of it is physique based, but, you want to stay healthy. You want to be healthy. You want to live a long life. You want to, be able to give your kids a long life. You want to be able to be active and do things and whatnot. And so I think,
we don't let it stop us to do anything.
no, and, it's not something that is a 60-day thing is going to fix your life,
Oh,
or
no.
a 2-week challenge,
That's
or being perfect
literally-
for 75 days.
I remember looking up those how to get your body in this shape in 60 days or 2 weeks. Your body is not really gonna change. You physically probably will not see results
Right.
in yourself in any sooner than definitely longer than a month.
Oh, for sure.
Your body's not gonna start changing until after a month.
Yeah.
Like, other people might be able to see differences in you because
Yeah.
that's perspective, but everyone on yourself, the whole, like, I know someone who works out at the gym, he gives it a week,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't see changes in a week, he gives up. You're not going to see changes in a week.
Yeah.
You want to see changes in a month.
Right.
Keep to it.
Right.
6 months. 6 months, you're going to look like a completely different person.
Yeah. And it's just, whenever I achieved losing 50 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
I never was like, oh my God, it took so long. I was like, oh my God, I lost 50 pounds.
Oh,
You don't think about how you're not like, oh my God, it took this long. I'm so mad about it. It's like, no, I did it. And so it's like, set the realistic expectations on yourself, but also stop feeding into getting results in 30 days, 60 days. Stop feeding into this short stuff. Like, make this your lifestyle. Get the tools and the information that you need for your life, and get a diet. The best diet for you is one that does get you the results that you're looking for, that is realistic. I know your results are probably like Kim Kardashian, but let's be realistic here, okay? That you can stick to. The best diet for you is something that's sustainable for you. A prep diet is not going to be sustainable for everybody, and that's why prep is only for so many weeks. That's why you see everybody fall off the keto, you see everybody fall off the carnivore, you see everybody fall off, Whole30 or paleo or whatever. I don't even keep up with them these days.
Nope.
But that's why you see all of these diets and diets and diets, because none of them are sustainable. Pick the diet that's sustainable for you, that yields you the results that you want. But take the time, hire a coach, get the information, get the education to live for your life, not 60 days. Why are you?
Because if you see changes really fast in 60 days, that you should be worried. There should be a giant red flag, because once you stop that, it's all going to come back even faster than you lost.
If you're seeing hard changes and you are struggling and you are miserable, there's a big red flag there.
It's awful. That's why tracking, look, 6 months, it's all you need.
Yeah. I think that will help so much and just will give you the longevity that you need.
Yep, and we still lived our life, like,
oh my gosh, we had so much fun. I mean, we got engaged when I was on prep.
We went, and we went and saw John Summit last night. So we went to a rave.
I've been to 3 raves in a month. And, I'm a bodybuilder, and I've been to 3 raves in a month.
Doesn't stop us from doing a damn thing.
No.
That's what
the balance is.
Balance is, yeah. We still go do all these things.
Right. I went to see Slander, didn't come home and DoorDash $70 to Taco Bell.
Nope.
I went and saw Sullivan King, ate a chicken breast before I went to see Sullivan King, came home, went to bed, went and saw John Summit, came home, and we did eat pizza.
Yeah.
There's the balance.
Yep.
Didn't have a single alcoholic beverage at any 3 of them. Now, I will say that is my personal preference, but neither did you.
Yeah. That only reason why I didn't is because I didn't want to stand in line for 2 hours.
Yeah, but.
But even then, like, I didn't need it, and I didn't care for it. Like,
yeah,
I could care less. Yes, cool. A little drink would be good right now.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have changed the night.
The time that we had.
Nope.
Yeah, we had a blast. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of things that is very fun in bodybuilding and in fitness, but doing it the wrong way can really make it harder to do it for a very long time. So, yeah.
I agree.
Well, thank you for watching another episode, but we are happy to talk all things fitness, life, and all things in between. And per usual, you can always expect the animals to be involved somehow.
Probably.
But we will catch you next time.
See ya.
Peace.